Hi, hello, and a happy Hollow weekend to you all. And I give you my top 10 favorite creatures and creeps from the Scooby-Doo show. The third iteration of Scooby-Doo, probably my second favorite iteration after the new Scooby movies. And of course, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You is in a class all of its own. Don't get me wrong. A handy dandy spirit guide in case I don't have the images. By the way, I obviously don't own any of the upcoming images, and there may or may not be spoilers coming. Okay. Here we go. And I understand that mistakes were made when I made the top 10 Scooby-Doo Where Are You from Scooby-Doo Where Are You, and I did not factor in that season 3 of the Scooby-Doo show actually belonged to Scooby-Doo Where Are You. So such creatures as a couple of creatures that will appear here were simply forgotten in Scooby-Doo Where Are You? Let's go. Number 10, favorite spirits, spooks, specters of the Scooby-Doo show. At number 10, we have the ghost of Milo Booth from the Chiller Diller movie thriller. Look at that guy. Looks like Dr. Dread from the Drat Pack. A little bit. The ghost of Milo Booth was allegedly a phantom of an ex silent movie star. He was after Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Dum's other cousin, Scooby-Dee. And he even had a replacement dog just for her once he captured the original article. Again, based on sheer design alone, this guy could have been a villain for Fangface. He could have been a villain opposite Mighty Man and Yuck. For sheer character design, he's in here. At number 9, and we are going back to season 3, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? With the opening credits to the Scooby-Doo show, so it just complicated matters. At number 9, here soars the Willowa. And his trusty Owlman, of course. Alright. The Willowa was a giant spirit owl. That's a pretty intimidating creature. The Owlmen, not so much, but they were even understood to just be henchmen to the big bad creep himself, Mr. Willowa. Obviously, not a human being in a costume, but a great device. And an alleged Indian spirit, Native American spirit, excuse me. An alleged Native American spirit smuggling arts and other treasures. Anyway. Number 8, my favorite ghosts, goblins, and gremlins from the Scooby-Doo show. Exactly how many ways are there to say this? Okay, we have the Phantom Racer. He will when he shows up. We have the Phantom Racer from season 2 of the Scooby-Doo show. Right here, this guy. Again, he's an intimidating looking creep, isn't he? Very much so. That's part of what makes him one of my favorite spooks. Yes, I know I'm technically pointing at Dr. Cough, also a very intimidating spook. You get it. You understand. We're on the same page. Literally page 91 of this book. But at number 7, we have the ghost of Merlin from Scared a Lot in Camelot. Scooby-Doo show, season 1. A phantom so intimidating that he causes Shaggy to literally lose his arms. And the sight of an armless Shaggy is just so nightmare-inducing that it made its way in not only into the episode, but the opening credits as well. The Ghost of Merlin, haunting Shaggy's uncle. It wasn't Uncle Nat, because Uncle Nat was in the new Scooby movies opposite the Globetrotters. Well, Shaggy had another uncle who had inherited Camelot Castle. Brought it over stone by stone, complete with the Ghost of Merlin and the Black Knight. At number 7. Number 6, favorite Scooby-Doo spooks. Again from season 1, and what a shocking ghost. The 10,000 volt ghost. Allegedly, the deceased spirit of Winter Haven's dearly departed electrical technician, Mr. Voltner. For context, this was ABC Saturday mornings in 1976. Now, the Mayor Dudley's yarn about Voltner's passing was pretty intimidating. And the 10,000 volt ghost, when it seemed to actually dwarf the kids in a few scenes, was an intimidating looking spook. And then, of course, if you're familiar with the MO of the Scooby-Doo franchise, he lost approximately 9,990 volts and was a human being again in a suit. Number 5, we are circling back to what is technically Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Season 3. It gets really complicated. At number 5, we have the Phantom from the Diabolical Disc Demon. Holy nightmare fuel. The sky looks like a neon-colored version of the dearly departed member of Kiss. And if you saw the episode and saw the opening scene, that too was pretty grim for 1978 by this time, ABC Saturday mornings, and Scooby-Doo for context. I promise you we are done going back to seasons 2 or 3 of the Scooby-Doo show. The top 4 all deserve to come from season 1. Number 4, Mamba Wamba, the Voodoo Witch Doctor. From Mamba Wamba and the Hoodoo Voodoo. I'm not here to talk about cross-cultural appropriation. I'm not here to talk about the white guy being the Indian witch doctor. You've heard that argument before from probably from other reviewers. Mamba Wamba's disguise alone, once again, looks like a creep straight out of Fang Face, Plastic Man, Mighty Man and Yuck. Maybe even Goldie Gold and Action Jack could have gone up against this guy. He's just a well-designed spook, well-designed costume creep. Number 3. Where is this guy? Number 3, we have the Gator Ghoul from the gruesome game of the Gator Ghoul. No, not him. Him. Her, whatever. The Gator Ghoul, Alice Dovely. I believe this was the first appearance of Scooby-Doo across the Scooby-Doo franchise. Yes. Great. Now I'm pointing at the moat monster. Here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the Gator Ghoul was definitely a classic creature from the Scooby-Doo universe. At number 2, the top 2 spots are reserved for the 2 episodes of the Scooby-Doo show that I owned on commercial VHS when I was little, and promptly lost both of the tapes, probably before I could wear them out completely. At number 2, The Specters of Ebenezer and Nettie Crab, High Rise Hair Raiser, the Scooby-Doo show, episode 1. And they kicked off the Scooby-Doo show with the appropriate bang. Old Eb and Nettie were just a pair of just intimidating looking creatures. And the Scooby-Doo show was clearly done with the vibrant colors and eccentric guest stars when they tried to circle back in place. Classic, intimidating looking spooks, like what you would see from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, up against slightly more vibrant colors to indicate that, yes, this was in fact the Scooby-Doo show, not Scooby-Doo, Where Are You anymore. The vibrant backdrops were clearly Scooby-Doo show. And then, of course, they had to run the aspects of horror and the aspects of intimidating creatures right up against Scooby and Shaggy's antics. This was an appropriate way to kick off a new series, a new iteration of Scooby. Sans guest stars, save for Scooby-Dum, or when the gang would cross over into Dino Mutts episodes. At number 1, if you've seen me review Scooby-Doo before, you know this is coming. You knew it was coming. At number 1, the face, for me, of the Scooby-Doo-universe, circa 60s through 70s, and certainly of the Scooby-Doo show, the no-face zombie. You can go back and forth about the dramatic reveal, about You can go back and forth about the dramatic reveal of the zombie's identity at the end. I think this was the first time that it wasn't blatantly obvious from Jump Street that we were dealing with a robot. I mean, Charlie the robot from Where Are You was obviously a robot. Mechanical Gunslinger from the new Scooby movies, obviously a machine. The Vulture, also from the new Scooby movies, he was going to be a vehicle in disguise. The no-face zombie, it was a more dramatic reveal. And this guy was intimidating even without the dramatic reveal of his origin story. I mean, the creeping limp, the growl, the insane super strength to break down the door of a coin shop and smash through a glass coin case. And of course, even the no-face zombie chase case had its flaws. There had to be something to keep this episode from reaching the perfection that it deserved. Why? Why with the guy in the monkey suit? Why with the Scooby-Doo clones? I mean, obviously, the zombie didn't build and program himself. He had a creator, but did this toy factory suddenly move to a zoo at some point? Why the gorilla? Oh, back to No Face and the fact that he deserves the number one spot because he saved the face of this episode, made it the clear classic that it was. I'm Kent Brindley, and this Halloween season, I've been reviewing the monsters of Scooby-Doo. Y'all have a great spooky season. I'll see you later.